quick normally doesn't start up as quickly. Hello, hello! How is everything going? Can I check the audio levels a bit? Oh, that was a bad idea. It's fine. Alright, remind me to never move that again, and then we'll be good. 1992! I'll be honest, streamed this yesterday. Been thinking about it since, so I'm more than happy to do this again. Some people still have some morale issues. Jake's been identified as a soft drug user. Let's give him a stern warning. That's fine. Still got Ken Shamrock to come in. The Royal Rumble's 8 days away, I didn't even realise. But we're getting straight into it. Can we just... Is there any way I can get off this? I can't, I just have to venue. Have we just been running shows straight in the Great Lakes? We can move on. Now we'll move on next month. Pick the best option. I feel like we've just been running show after show after show in the Great Lakes instead of moving on. Ron Simmons organised a poker tournament. Juice and Liger and Joey Mags really helped create a fun and relaxed atmosphere. Let's find a karaoke machine and start an impromptu pre-show competition. Backwell also found one. Sting has been hanging out with Steve Armstrong. El Gigante and Rick Rude are butting heads. JYD has an idea for enhancing his character. Schiavone tried to bring the Italian Stallion into some backstage team building and only succeeded in annoying him. Crockett got into an argument with Schiavone, Big Cook argued with Schiavone. Ann Anderson ran drills for 5 students. One of them was Koji Kanemoto, which I think is wild. Let me just check. Does that say it? Great Lakes, yeah. We can move on after this show to the Mid-Atlantic. But this is WCW Power Hour, which means we just auto-book the whole show and throw some stuff in. Which is always more than fine with me. Here, that should be fine. So we're starting off with Van Hammer against Vinny Vegas. Instead, let's do a 3v3, methinks, of Vinny... Who are these people called? The Diamond Stud, Vinny Vegas, and Diamond Dallas Page. Against, I don't know, Face Men, Arachnaman, Boss Man, and the Sonny Trout. Sonny Trout's happy. I guess he signed a new contract, so he would be. Let's put this to 5 minutes and stick the Diamond Stud over. Eventually Scott Hall and Kevin Nash are going to make their way to WWE, so that's fine with me. Our opening. Oh, this is fine with me. Just character development on a couple of boys. And carry on. That's fine. The Diamond Stud against PN News, we just don't really need anymore. Let's do a WCW World Championship Wrestling promo. Add in some character development from some of the usual men. Get everyone's shit in. So Pillman and the Patriots against Thomas Rich, Terrence Taylor, and Cactus Jack. What if we do Pillman? Who else? Pillman, Tony Sinclair, and Ripper Mason wants to be used, or Manson, sorry. Sorry, who is the Italian Stallion? Or is that just his name? I feel like someone has that nickname. Let's stick Pillman, Tony, and Bill against Bob Cook, Pat Rose, and Buddy Lee Parker. And we'll stick. Let's get Pillman up the card. Ooh, who is? Tony Sinclair's a road agent. Video feature of Ron Simmons. Just happy with that. Oh yeah, we do our little. Oh no. Our little segment outputs. We don't need an interview with Anne anymore, though we could move it here. We also don't need a cut anymore. Got any more minutes from stuff? I don't know what I'm thinking. So let's do Bagwell and Face Men. I mean, I have nothing against Tommy Rich. How long's he in? So he does leave in 92. In May 92, Rich departed. And doesn't really kind of come back, so yeah, that's fine. Rip Rogers and Tommy Rich. And let's stick... Van Hammer's apparently having some matches. Let's stick Van Hammer over. Perfect. Interview with Paulie dangerously. It's also fine with me. Johnny B. Bad against Steve Armstrong. Let's stick Johnny B. Bad against Ripper Manson. In fact, let's have a heel, recognisable. Let's stick Bobby Eaton against Ripper Manson. That is fine with me, and let's run this. So we get a WCW Power Hour opening. I think I forgot to move these as well. Video featuring Ron Simmons. Interview with Paulie. Interview with Anne. Nice. But which didn't have much heat and terrible wrestling. The Diamond Mine defeated Arachnaman, Tim Boss, and Sonny Trout when the Stud pinned Tim Bossman with the Diamond Death Drop. God, these alliterations are going to kill me. WCW World Championship Wrestling promo. Pillman, Tony Sinclair, and Bill defeated Bob Cook, Pat Rose, and Buddy Lee Parker when Pillman pinned Pat Rose with an air Pillman. We had a video featuring Ron Simmons. Van Hammer and Bagwell defeated Rich and Rogers when Hammer pinned Rip Rogers. I thought I was going to go with more, so I was going to say pinned Rip with a X, Y, and Z. Interview with Paulie. And about which had a decent reaction with the crowd but subpar wrestling. Eaton defeated Ripper Manson in 6:35 by pinfall with an Alabama Jam. And then an interview with Arn ends the show. And then we have World Championship Wrestling, which I do have planned. Don't need a booking team meeting, locker room incidents, nothing. Let's do some team bonding. It strengthened the relationship between Sting and Steamboat. That's good with me. So who is absent? Abdullah, Scott Armstrong, and Luger. That's fine. So as always, what did I name it last time? World Championship Wrestling opening. It's fine, let's do a hype. No. No. Sorry, I have to stop my cat trying to get under the couch. As in, like, she wants to crawl inside the couch. In the ring's fine. 4 minutes. No! Now I need to find a way to get back on my chair. It's fine, let's stick these boys, and then, I don't know, Simmons, Paulie, Nabisco, Race, Dustin, and don't make me tell you again, little one. Book. Nice. So then we open with Brian Pillman against Chuck Coates. Which literally air Pillman in 3 minutes. No! Sorry about that really loud clap. Who can we stick? Tommy Rich, that's fine with me. Again, 3 minutes. Stick Pillman over. And then Eric Bischoff is now standing with Paul E and Medusa. Paulie says Steamboat and Rhodes are scared of Bobby and Art, so they have to hide behind Ron. As for Sting in the US title, he mentions how former US champ Magnum TA met tragedy in '86, when he drove his Porsche into a telephone pole and never wrestled again. Sting was so close to meeting the same fate. I don't think Rick Rude and Paulie won't go there. So Eric Bischoff's now scanning with Paulie, Dangerous and Medusa. Paulie and says Steamboat and Rhodes are scared of Bobby and Arn, so they have to hide behind Ron. As for Sting, yeah, I'll just do all of it. Scared of Bobby and Arn, so they have to hide behind Ron Simmons. As for Sting in the US title, he mentions how former US champion Magnum TA met tragedy. Last week, Sting was so close to meeting the same fate it wasn't even funny. Don't think Rude and Portal won't go there either, Stinger. Eric interviews Paul E. He says, Ricky, and Rhodes, and Simmons and threatens Sting. Perfect. Yeah, that should be fine. So we have Eric Bischoff as the interviewer. Medusa can do some character development. Paul E. cutting a promo on Ron Simmons. Ricky Steamboat. Dustin Rhodes and Sting. Right. She's gone to another room now. I can relax a little bit more that she isn't going to break underneath the couch. Book. Nice. Can we hire Magnum TA just oh, we have him here anyway. So can we add to Let's Get Dangerous Magnum TA and stick him off screen? I want to find a way to kind of... Is Magnum TA still alive? He is. He's only 65 as well, man. It's so sad. I'd love a mod. To be fair, we do have a mod before 86. But his early career starts in 81. I'd love like a 1984 mod so I could just push him to the moon. It's wild for me that he has managed to stick in wrestling. Because it is such a shame what happened to him. So I'm glad he's kind of got a home in wrestling. We then have Larry Zbyszko against Terry Bronson. who he beats in literally a minute. So let's have, where's Zabisco? He can beat Face Mail. I wouldn't mind him actually wrestling Tony Sinclair for 6 minutes. 7 minutes. To me, that would be a good match. So then Larry gives him a brain buster after the bell. Larry gives St. Clair a brain buster after the bell. Jerry St. Clair, the licensee. Nice. So Larry, to be fair, we just do Medusa. Who's he? Like he's feuding with Sting, so stick him off screen. Just make that whole bit a little bit easier, a little more of a concisive thing match. So we then have Van Hammer and Big Josh against Jim Savage and Jim Boss. That's fine. In fact, I wouldn't mind doing a 3v3 if we do Casimir, Big Josh and Van Hammer against a series of heel jobbers. So let's do Bob Cook, Pat Rose and Rip Rogers. Literally the shortest time I can give this. Nice. Van Hammer gets the pin. Perfect. And then let's go see Gordon Soley in the WNN newsroom. He has footage of the Pillman Luger title change. The Pillman Luger title change. Just gonna keep pushing this and keep pushing this. Jushin Liger. Brian. In 3 minutes, that's fine with me. He then, Gonzalo mentions how the recent Sting attack from WCW Pro at the hands of the Dangerous Alliance. Pre-tape promo from Stinger, who says he wants revenge. And the next person he sees wearing a cast will be Rick Rude. There we go. Sting says he wants revenge, and the next person he sees wearing a cast will be Rick Rude. It's Sting. We can even cut a promo and put Gordon Soley as the interviewer. And then Dangerous Alliance is Medusa, Rick Rude, Holly, Steve, Larry, Bobby. Nice. We then have Mr. Hughes winning a 2-on-1 match. Again, kind of. So I want to check, is it worth me just booking Mr. Hughes? So he's into Summer 92, turn face, becomes Big Cat again, team with Junkyard Dog. Goes to the WWF in 93. Kind of returns in 97 and 99. Goes to ECW for a bit. I did not know he returned in September 99. In early 92, he teams frequently with Vader, Cactus Jack and Vinny Vegas. To be honest, we could have someone else. Kind of. Is Mr. Hughes face or heel? He's heel. We can literally have someone else do his gimmick. Heel, men. I could just like literally replace him with Scott Norton. Scott Norton against face, men. Again, El Gigante. Jorge Gonzalez. Jorge Gallegos. Oh, he died in 2010. No idea. Professional wrestling. He does go to the WWF in 93. He was Gonzalez was meant to be the Yeti. His final wrestling match was teaming with Koji Kaito against Shinya and Typhoon. That's Sato. Died from complications with diabetes. So he's basically not going to do anything. He signs with the WWF in 93, and that's kind of when he becomes Giant Gonzalez. Yeah, he's not going to do anything. So we could stick him and face men. I don't know. PN News. Let's use Ripper Manson again. How long? 2 minutes. Scott Norton, and it's a Norton domination. We are the nation of Scott Norton domination. Nice. Worldwide. And then, straight after that, in the final match of the evening, we have a 3v3 of Dustin, Ricky, and Ron against Ann Anderson, Bobby Eaton, and Steve Austin. Big boy match. Dustin Rhodes, Ricky Steamboat, Ron Simmons, Ann, Bobby, Steve. Not Armstrong. Make it swap. 18 minutes. Who goes over? Dustin manages to make the hot tag to Simmons. He goes shoulder block crazy until it breaks down into a 6-man brawl. Ann grabs Simmons as Eaton heads up top, but Steamboat breaks that up with a flying judo chop. Simmons catches Eaton in mid-air and develops a spine buster for the three. So, storytelling, Victor, Big Ron, loser, Little Eaton. Simmons takes a DDT from Arn as Larry Spisco comes in to make it 4-on-1 on Steamboat. Dustin can't seem to get in the ring, but Wyndham's here for the save. And he's brought a 2x4. Nice. Right. Simmons. DDTs. Simmons. Larry runs in, but Windham makes the save with a 2x4. Nice. 6 minutes in the ring. We have Ron. We have Larry. We have Ricky. Dustin. Barry. Nice. We also have Steve, Paul, Medusa, Bobby. Nice. That seems like everyone. Hook. And then before we go, the Young Pistols got a heelish promo about how they destroyed the Patriots for the WCW Tag Team belts, and how they deserve a shot against Steamboat and Dustin for the World Tag. Don't need to bother doing that. We need 10 more minutes, I think. Is there any way we can squeeze in a quick match? I think we have a new tag team on the block of Billy Robinson and Johnny Saint taking on heels. Let's stick them against Mr. Hughes and Buddy Lee Parker. That's good with me. How long do we need? 10 minutes. So we can literally set that to 2. I'm going to stick Billy Robinson over. Job's a good one. Stick that just hither. What is the booking analysis? Eaton and Austin are used too much? I believe there is no such thing. On the show. WCW World Championship Wrestling opening. An extremely short match, Pillman defeats Tommy Rich in 3:22 with an Air Pillman. Eric Bischoff is now standing with Paulie and Medusa. Heyman says how Steamboat and Rhodes are scared of Bobby and Arn, so they have to hide behind Ron Simmons. As for Sting in the US title, he mentions how the former US champion Magnum TA met his tragedy in '86 when he drove his Porsche into a TV pole and never wrestled again. Last week, Sting was close to meeting the same fate, and it wasn't even funny. Don't think Rude and Paulie won't go there either, Stinger. Zbyszko defeated Tony Sinclair in 6:36 by submission with a Larry Land Dreamer. Larry gives Sinclair a brainbuster after the bell. In a bout which didn't have much heat and terrible wrestling, Kazmaier, Big Josh, and Van Hammer defeated Cook, Rose and Rogers when Van Hammer submitted Rhodes. We have footage of the Pillman Liger title change. And then in a poor match, though some reasonably good performance, I have Sergeant Billy Parker above Johnny Saint. Billy Robinson and Johnny Saint defeated Mr. Hughes and Buddy Lee Parker when Robinson's pinned Buddy Lee with a double arm suplex. Sting says he wants revenge, and the next person he sees wearing a cast will be Rick Rude. In a wild brawl that had a decent reaction for the crowd, but terrible wrestling, Scott Norton defeated El Gigante and Ripper Manson when Norton pinned Manson with a brainbuster. And then, in a bout which had good heat and decent wrestling, Ron Simmons and Steamboat and Rhodes defeated the Dangerous Alliance of Arn Anderson, Bobby Eaton and Steve Austin when Simmons pinned Eaton with a spine buster. Simmons takes a DDT from Arn as Zbyszko comes in to make it 4-on-1 on Steamboat. Dustin can't seem to get in the ring, but thank goodness for Wyndham because he's here for the save. What? I feel like it's eventually going to even out because we're putting on nothing but good shows. See, it's going up here at least. Happy with that show. I actually think we did well. I want to take this little quick moment to give a nice little shout out to anyone that is like watching the content that goes on YouTube, because I appreciate it. Thankfully, I don't seem so far to have any kind of copyright strikes on any of the content from these videos, so always appreciative of what's going on. Yeah, nice little thank you. I hope people like the music. I feel like there would be times where it is just silent, if not for it. So especially when I'm having little drinks as well. That's cool. Tarzan Taborda? Either way, that's a great look. What a retired Portuguese! Ah. If only we could have got him out. All seems fine. Many of the fans noticed at the SWS show last night, SWS took many verbal shots at all Japan throughout the night. It doesn't seem necessary. What's happening at USWA? Pat Tanaka, Eddie Gilbert and Jerry Lawler tweeted White Boy, Bill Dundee, Robert Fuller. I don't seem to see any of the boys we sent down there. New team in UWFI. Oh, love Gary Albright. What's the crack? Got a 0.64, not bad. Power Hour got a 0.04, not good. Anderson doesn't like Van Hammer. It's alright, not all of us do. Clash of the Champions also in 6 days. Or just generally is in 6 days. We have WCW main event next. Don't have that open, but I can get it open. WCW main event, January 1992. Ugh, oh, I don't have it open. It's fine. I was literally talking about main event, the last one being a nightmare of a Word document to navigate. So much happening. Akira Maeda. Chris Bowles he seems like an AI generated man. I also see this picture of Ian McGregor everywhere. You'd think we'd have a better one in this day and age. We also have Wrestling Challenge, which I think, if we check show history, yeah, that's the auto booked show. That's fine. No one gets the night off. We are seemingly currently now in the southwest. Locker room incidents. Brian Costello has an idea for a creative finish. Tony Gurria, it was hired backstage. Nice. We don't have to address the locker room. Let's just auto book the whole show. How's there already I'm just curious, what's already the problem? If only finance would be penalised, Scott. Why book it like that? You know my what is it? Product? If that is the correct word. It's the long one. That's fine. So straight off the bat, WWE Wrestling Challenge opening. That's fine. Oh, Heenan's up to Major Star. You go, Heenan. I am quite excited to book the Ultimate Warrior, if I'm completely honest. I was always... It's awful to say, but growing up, I was always a fan of the Ultimate Warrior. So we have Volkov against Naka. Instead, what is Nikolai Volkov? What is Nikolai Volkov? He's a face. We need a heel man. Who can go over him? We can stick Sean over him. He's not wrestling tonight. Stick Sean over. Job's a good one. Perfect. WWF Royal Rumble advert. Let's stick these boys in. These boys in. And why not? Every single one of these boys in. Even Lord Alfred Hayes. Perfect. Book. Always unhappy hoping, but that's fine with me. So we have Bob Bradley against Jim Powers. Instead, let's have Bob Bradley against Face Men. Louis Spicoli, Mario against Owen. Stick Owen Hart over. Oh, we're in the confines there. We wouldn't be penalised, so we don't necessarily have to change anything now. So we have a WWF Primetime Wrestling promo. Let's just stick stars and well known in this one. I feel like Jerry Lawler's just gonna be in this stuff. I can't remove him from everything and I will just keep forgetting. Ooh, Piper's unhappy now. That's fine. So Santana against Haku. Instead, let's have Santana against B.A. Dalton. Book. stick El Matador over. Job's a good one. Interview a Gene instead. Interview Gene Oakland, Heenan, Hogan, Savage, and Flair. That is good with me. Improvised. We have Greg and the New Foundation against the Berserker and the Reveille. Instead, let's have Face, Men. They're already booked. Let's have... Jesus, there's no one good. Let's have Kerry. Neidhart, just because he's always around anyway. And instead of Neidhart, let's have Bulldog. Against Heels, instead of the Berserker, because I didn't quite like him. Let's have the Wits and the Beverleys. And I will stick Marty over, just because I want to get him slightly further up the card. Video featuring Miss Elizabeth, Savage, Jake. So, Jake the Snake, The Undertaker, Snatcho Man, Randy Savage. Sometimes I try and like sneak in stuff that are actually like audibly wrong. Just to be like, oh, that someone will pop for that. Instead I just end up fumbling all my words. So who's around heel? I actually wouldn't mind. Is there a way we can do a 5-on-5? Or a 5-man grocery store deathmatch? No, 5v5. Heel, men. I would love just like a Hoss kind of stable. Who were all these managed by? Whippleman, Fuji, Typhoon and Earthquake. I think are meant to be managed by Jimmy Hart. Yeah, where's Earthquake? Yeah, he's by Jimmy Hart. Face, Men. So we have Rudy. Let's stick. I'm happy to stick them against the Hart family. I'm even happy to stick Jim in there. So can we do the Hart family and Coco Beware? Yeah, it's fine with me. And stick Typhoon over. I'm happy with Fred Hartman. Where is he? Typhoon. So let's create a stable. What did... I'm happy just to call them the natural disasters. Do we have any... Well, let's look at some other stables. So we can't call the Dragon Bombers. I'm kind of happy with that. But... the gang... Nothing... There can't be anything. There can't be lost anything. The power team. Thundercats. What's that? Wild Bunch. The York Foundation. I'm happy with the Dragon Bombers. Let's have Mr. Fuji actually be the leader. We also have Jimmy Hart. I guess it's deputy. And Harvey. To be honest, he's more of a lackey. Typhoon. Earthquake. The Barbarian. The Warlord. Sometimes I'm talking and I look around and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, no one's here, are there? And then I just kind of realise, oh, I'm like streaming. Typhoon, Earthquake, and who was the other one? The Berserker. All members. Faction. I guess heel. I think the Dragon Bombers maybe must include Mr. Fuji. Modify stable. No, Dragon Great, Young Dragons. Is there any kind of... Are all these too specific? Or is anything kind of dragony looking? TTK, Chaos. That kind of... Those things kind of look like each other. As in, the writing kind of looks like each other. There we go. Who does... Jimmy Hart manages 4 different people. Who? He also manages the Mountie, Sags, Earthquake, and Nubs. Is he meant to manage Earthquake? I think he also might manage Typhoon. Typhoon. So... The Berserker, managed by Mr. Fuji. The Barbarian can also be managed by Mr. Fuji. And the Warlord is with Harvey Whippleman. So if I just... Yeah, I'm happy to put these like horses together. And then interview Roddy Piper about Brett and the Mountie. Brett off screen, the Mountie off screen. This big heel stable's just been put together to lose to the Ultimate Warrior, methinks. What time is it? 4:04. What day is it? But Tuesday. All seems fine. We can continue for a bit. I just wonder how long my tea takes. I can maybe do this for another 45. If everyone's alright with that. So, WWF Wrestling Challenge opening. An extremely short match. Shawn defeated Volkov in 4:23 by pinfall with a sweet chin music. We then get a WWF Royal Rumble advert. Jerry Lawler debuted his gimmick. We won't talk about that. It was teased. Owen defeated Bob Bradley in 2:13 by submission with a sharpshooter. We then get a primetime wrestling promo. Tito defeated B.A. Dalton in 5:33 with a figure 4. Interview with Oakland, Heenan, Hogan, Savage and Flair. And for which a decent reaction from the crowd but subpar wrestling. Kerry, Bulldog and Jannetty defeated Witz and the Beverly Brothers when Marty pinned Beverly with a rocket dropper. Typically Blake. We then get a video featuring Liz, Savage and Jake. Subpar wrestling, Little Heat. We see the debut of the cohesive group the Dragon Bombers defeating the debuting Hart Foundation of Ross, Bruce, Keith, Jim and Coco when Typhoon pinned Ross with a running splash. Speaking of that, if we just straight up do a stable of add stable, the Hart Foundation, Hart, there we are, also this one, Hart, which kind do we need? Is it like this? No, we need the square one. Ugh, it's my least favourite. Oh no, actually I like that one. I'm lying to everyone. Brotherhood? Disposition any? I think Brett's the leader. Jim Neidhart, a member. Owen's the heir. The British Bulldog is the deputy. We then have, is it Jim Hart? No. Keith Hart. I think we can move these people down to kind of border. Keith, Ross, Bruce. That's stable. So then that would have been... I mean, there's no way I can click on that now, but it's fine. And then finally, an interview with Piper about Brett and the Mountie. Decent show, as far as things go. We lost 5k though, but it was worth it to have the Dragon Bombers. And this would be their theme song. WCW main event. What day are we on? Sunday. So let's keep it in the Great Lakes, and then we'll move on. Locker room incidents. What's the crack? Shivani was in fine form with hilarious road stories. So was Simmons. Arn Anderson ran some drills. All was good. So let's see. 112. That's where we're at. Yeah, D. 119. So to start off, Steve Austin pinned Van Hammer in 809 after Medusa tripped Hammer as he attempted the slingshot. We can maybe add Van Hammer to this in a minor role. Is there any other Van Hammer pictures? I'm curious. Van Ham. I take it that's when he's kind of a little later in, he joins the flock. So main event, let's have Steve. Is Austin managed by anyone? Yeah. I just want to make sure all the Dangerous Alliances actually managed. He pins Van Hammer in 8 minutes. Tainted win. Outside interference on Van Hammer by Medusa. Nothing else really happens after that. We have Big Josh. No, it's fine. Beating Tony Mella. Instead, let's have Bill and Big Josh beating heels Cook and Rich. One of these days we'll actually find a sick Casimir over. Casimir. One day we'll put one of these jobber teams together and they'll actually have good chemistry and I'll be like, maybe they should be winning. And then we have Steamboat pinning Bobby Eaton with a rollover. After the bout, Barry Windham made the save with his hand cast against Eaton and Steve Austin. This is like, main event seemed like an actually really good B show. So we have Ricky Steamboat against Bobby Eaton. Let me just check that Bobby Eaton is managed by Polly. That is fine. 9 minutes. Steamboat. Flash pinfall. And then Barry Windham makes the save with his hand cast against Eaton and Steve Austin. Barry, Steamboat. Is Barry Windham in this storyline? He is. Nice. Barry Windham, Ricky Steamboat, Medusa, Steve Austin, and Bobby Eaton. Perfect. Stick that here. Let's see what we also have. Comments from Harley Race about, well, WCW Lex Luger's workout schedule. The fact that Luger has recently defended the title in Japan and said Luger would only appear on TV when he wants to. Includes footage of Terence Taylor on World Championship Wrestling when he walked out on the York Foundation, followed by his promo where he says he doesn't need the York Foundation. Footage of Vader facing El Gigante in the Tokyo Dome. After the bout, Vader appeared to have blinded him with Spray the Mist. That's fine, we can put in that segment. So, footage of Vader facing El Gigante in the Tokyo Dome January 4. That's fine. It's kind of a big Van Vader, Harley Race, El Gigante off screen. Stick that here. You can do a WCW main event opening. That's Sting. Dusty. Yeah, let's do these big boys. Perfecto. And what else? Jim Ross conducted an interview with Medusa in Austin during the Ross Report regarding the dangerous alliance facing Steamboat, Wyndham, Rick, and Scott Steiner. So if we just do the Ross Report featuring Medusa and Steve Austin. Adusa. Regarding the dangerous alliance facing all them boys. So we have Jim Ross as the interviewer, Medusa cutting a promo, Steve Austin cutting a promo on Ricky Steamboat, by Wyndham, Rick Steiner, and Scott Steiner. Perfect. I'll just stick that like that. Perfect. That looks good to me. We need 12 more minutes. So let's add in another match. I think we can just have... Who else is a heel? I'm happy to do... No, happy to do... Let's stick Benoit and Kanemoto against faces. Z-Man. Again, Tom Zenk. What are you up to? Oh, he died in 2017. That's sad. So we kind of got him for another 2 years. He lost to the Phantom. He worked for New Japan team with Jim Neidhart. Subbed for Shane Douglas at one point. Feuded with Arn Anderson over the TV title. Eventually winning it, but the promotion changed its name to WCW in '91. That's really it, man. He finished his career in '96. Passed away in 2017. Shame. So we can have him and Tim Bossman. I was going to read that now as the Bossman. How long do we need? 12 minutes. Let's stick Benoit over. Put that here and do a WCW World Championship Wrestling advert. Let's do all these boys. No, maybe not Muta. I'm worried about Medusa. I'm worried about Great Muta just kind of being on a limited amount of loans. So then we end up kind of losing him in this one angle bit. Austin's been overused, we would not be penalised. Let's run this show. WCW main event opening. In a good match, Steamboat beat Eaton in 850 with a quick roll-up. We got a WCW World Championship Wrestling advert. Benoit and Kanemoto defeated Z-Man and Tim Boss when Benoit submitted Bossman with the crippler crossface. Should not have put that there. Didn't have much heat and terrible wrestling. Kazmaier and Big Josh defeated Bob Cook and Tom Rich when Kazmaier pinned Bob Cook. We get footage of Vader facing El Gigante at the Tokyo Dome. Austin defeated Van Hammer. The two have great chemistry. in 7:49 with a stun gun following interference from Medusa. And then we get the Ross report. Solid, started off strong. I should have checked because I messed it up. There'll be one person screaming at the TV. Financial, lost $700 dues. Nothing lost, nothing gained. Ugh, getting cold. Let's do about another half an hour. See, these things that we're getting quicker now, so it's a little easier to kind of fit more in to a stream. One time I'll do this for 4 hours and just get loads out. Jim Crockett Jr., let's go. Stan Hansen promoted in All Japan to a locker room leader. Dr. Death. Kung Fu dating. Everybody was Kung Fu dating. Ric Flair debuted another catchphrase. Oh, Stephen Regal. Oh. That's fine, he's still a champion. Wrestling Challenge, some thought it was okay. There's nothing wrong with this show. Johnny Wilson's also been released. Chris Jericho quit WFMA. 21-year-old Canadian. Tracy Smothers. That's fine. I think we can offer Jericho a contract. If no one else is booking him, we kind of need to. What's our relationship like? Negotiate. Suppose they accept worker. Yeah? Yeah? Well, yeah. Pacific Northwest. Are you the Don Owen? Offer, propose, the exit works. Oh, nice. That's fine with me. Propose, the exit works on excursions. Nice. Where is Chris Benoit then? Benoit. I think you should go to UWF. Wait, let me just check. Chris Benoit. Why is his Wikipedia page so long? So WCW 92. Benoit first comes in June, teaming with Biff Wellington in the NWA World Tag Team Tournament. They were defeated by Pillman and Liger in the first round at Clash of Champions. Benoit did not return until January 93. Clash of Champions, defeating Brad Armstrong. A month later, he lost to Scorpio. Formed a team with Bobby Eaton. He and Eaton lost to Scorpio and Bagwell at Slamboree, and then he went back to Japan and came back in 95. We can wait till after June to send him. Is there a chance we can send... He does work for New Japan, so there's no point sending him on an excursion. Scott Norton, he's also working for New Japan, that's not necessarily a problem. Is there any other young boys? We can hire Dean, send him away. 2 years. And where is Dan Spivey? Stephen Regal? Hiring a couple of boys, maybe send them away for a little bit? That's not the Stevie Ray that I was thinking of. Booker T, currently unemployed. 2 years. Stevie Ray. Gonna send these people to Japan. What's next? We have Power Hour in 5 days. What do we have from here? Sergeant Slaughter, the warlord, is turned into a good worker. Keith Hart thinks Animal doesn't get it. And Hogan is building an alliance between Miss Elizabeth and Ted DiBiase. Shawn Michaels is a hard drug user. Let's find him. Small positive impact. He's very happy. Nice. And then we have Primetime Wrestling. No one gets the night off. We can now move to southeast. Locker room incidents. Marty Jannetty and Sherry have been hanging out a lot. Sherry was cheerful and fun to be around. Linda passed on tips of psychology to Shade. So what's happening in Primetime Wrestling? Vince McMahon hosts tonight's panel, made up of regulars Monsoon, Slick, Heenan and Perfect. This is the last Primetime episode before the Royal Rumble. So, WWF Primetime Wrestling opening. Let's do all the usual big boys to get stuff going on. 4 minutes for now, we can always up things. And then the British Bulldog Warlord match from this Tuesday in Texas airs. Did we... So this wrestling challenge that we auto-booked had the barber shop window bit. Can we? Where is... Let me air that. Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty. That's how you spell it. Double N, is it? Yeah. Marty Jannetty. Guest on the barber shop. They put their differences behind them, only for Michael to come out of Jannetty for throwing face first to a plate glass window. Outside progress, serious pre-taped video. Angle? It's pre-taped, that's your video. Shawn, Marty, and the beefcake. Stick that there. Perfect. So we're just going to kind of air that now. That's happening now. That's fine. We literally didn't miss anything else. I hope. It just seems to be like a lot of like somewhat important angles, but all the matches are squashes. Anyway. Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Sergeant Slaughter's squash from Superstars airs. I guess we can just put them together. Jim Duggan's always about, and for the most part Slaughter's always about. Duggan and Slaughter can squash heel men. Sonny Blaze and... Did we hire Papa Shango? Oh, did we just hire Paul Wright? Have we always had him? Oh, must have missed it. Dale Wolf and Sonny Blaze. Let's stick dug in all of this and see slightly further down. Gene Oakland's update segment replays Sid's interview on the barbershop 2 weeks ago. Replay of Sid Justice's interview on the barbershop. Serious pre-taped video outside broadcast, I guess. In which we have Brutus, Sid, let's take Hulk off screen. Nice. The Warlord and Hive Whippleman discuss how he will be a great champion. Instead, we can just do a little angle. The Dragon Bombers announced their formation. Fuji, Art, and Whippleman are joining forces with. So we have Mr. Fuji, Jimmy Hart, Harvey Whippleman, with Typhoon, Earthquake, the Barbarian, the Berserker, and the Warlord. Barbarian, Berserker, the Warlord. Let's also add Harvey, Fuji. Is Jimmy Hart already in this? Yeah. Joining forces with Earthquake, Barbarian, Typhoon, Berserker, and Warlord. Perfect. Backstage. 4 minutes. Yeah. Big Bossman argues to support the fans and make him WF champion, and Rick Martel promises to prove the power of arrogance when he wins the Rumble. The Bushwhackers defeat the Executioners when Butch pins Executioner 2 after a double stomach breaker. I just don't think I'm going to do that. Oh, they have a match with the Beverleys at the Royal Rumble. Why not? So 2v2, where are the Beverleys at? They're recognisable. The Bushwhackers are also recognisable, so it means at least they're not unimportant, it won't bomb. I'd rather just... Is it a storyline we have going on? Yeah, it's war. Is there any point even having it? Yeah, fuck it. And then it probably ends after that. Single, heel, Dalton, and Chris Duffy. Butch over, that ringside, Blake, and Bo Beverly. I was trying for Beverly. Let's just make it 2 minutes. I don't want to spend any time on this. Jake Roberts' squash from Wrestling Challenge is shown. Yeah, there's no picture-in-picture promo. Let's do Savage getting a win over Brian Costello. 1 minute. Snake goes over. Which show is this? Is Primetime Wrestling. Primetime Wrestling isn't our A show. That's fine. This is just a B show. Yes? Yes, this is just a B show. Yeah, don't care enough. Oakland does the Royal Rumble report. Just squeeze that in. Let's do major and just some stars. Perfect. 4 minutes. Hogan's always unhappy. When asked by McMahon, who might win the Royal Rumble if not Ric Flair, Heenan suggests the Texas Tornado. Matched by McMahon. Perfect. So let's just do Vince, Bobby, and then Kerry Von Erich off screen. You can also mention, I will squeeze that on, Jerry and Brian. Is there any way this all fit? Eric. Suggest not no. Suggest the Texas Tornado, not that big Texas Tornado. Perfect. So literally on Superstars of Wrestling we did Kerry beat Brian. Yeah, that's fine. Let's have Kerry beat Jerry. 4 minutes. Kerry tries to fight back the Nasty Boys, but they beat him down. Kerry knobs and sags. Three minutes, that's fine. Where is Kevin? Never been a big fan of that Kevin Von Erich picture. Much prefer that one. Nice. Scroll down, what actually happened on prime time? Oh, Texas Tornado beats Rick Martel via DQ after Martel sprays arrogance in Tornado's eyes. That's fine. Instead, we could just literally have Rick Martel win a match. He can beat face, male. Why not beat the Hammer? Beat the Hammer. Definitely not a euphemism. Keep going. The Legion of Doom then get a win over a couple of jobbers in 2 minutes. Legion of Doom beat heel male. Oh, Hercules could be in this feud. Let's get Hercules. Stable. Hercules is also a member. Not that it needs to be, but perfect. Yeah, just basically the Nasty Boys beats. Oh, did I completely forget to actually book the match? Legion of Doom against heels. I want stick Haku in it. Brawler and Donahue. 2 minutes. Animal. Happy. Monsoon predicts the natural disasters have the power and guidance to win the tag titles. So, Gorilla Monsoon. Talking about Animal. We can do have Animal and Hawk on character development since they're kind of in the ring. Let's have Typhoon, Earthquake. He can kind of mention all the other boys in this big weird stable. How many is there? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seems about right. Stable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, So, yeah, 6 actual wrestlers. Move that here. A replay of Ric Flair and Perfect's appearance on Funeral Parlor on Superstar Airs. Basically, we have Rick, Mr. The Undertaker, and Paul Bearer, and let's just kind of stick Hulk and Sid off screen. Job's a good one. Perfect hypes the danger of the Royal Rumble match. And El Matador beats Colonel Mustafa in 6:47. So here is Tito. He can beat heel Colonel Mustafa. In fact, if anything, we do 2v2. Face men. Let's do Tito and Bulldog against Colonel Mustafa. And is General Adnan? General Adnan not wrestling. Heel. Can't Colonel Mustafa. Yeah, wrestler. Oh, he's not contracted to wrestle on B shows, that's fine. Let's just do 1v1 of Tito against Colonel Mustafa. Stick Tito over. Colonel Mustafa, why? That's fine. You're not getting anywhere, Colonel Mustafa. You're not going anywhere. Slick discusses how he offered to take Jameson to get a new set of clothes. Heenan and Perfect laugh. Monsoon chides the choice of attire by pointing out that all they did to spice up their look was exchange ties from last week's show. Ha ha ha. Yeah, not much happens. Valentine beats Kato with a figure 4 leg lock. Instead, we could have well known. Bret Hart beat heel male. He could beat Kato. That's fine with me. Move it down to 5 minutes. Bret Hart. Absolutely fine. So we can have a tanker vignette. Hype. Pre-taped. Video. Outside broadcast. 2 minutes. And tanker. Just stick that here. And then an IRS squash match is shown. And then final Royal Rumble predictions. Heenan says Flair's gonna win. Monsoon yells Hulk. And Perfect. So, final Royal Rumble predictions. Heenan picks Flair. Monsoon picks Hogan. And Perfect stands up for Flair. Just put says Flair. That'll work. So Bobby, Gorilla, and Mr. Perfect. We just put Hulk and Rick. Book, yes. We don't need to do the IRS squash. All is fine. 55% would not be penalised. Let's run this show. WWF Primetime Wrestling Opening. Sean and Marty are guests on the barbershop. They put their differences behind them, only for Michaels to superkick Marty before throwing him face first through a plate glass window. Duggan and Slaughter defeated Sonny Blaze and Dale Wolf when Duggan pinned Wolf with the Old Glory. Replays Sid Justice's interview on the barbershop. The Dragon Bombers announced their formation. Fuji, Hart, and Whippleman are joining forces with Earthquake, Barbarian, Typhoon, Berserker, Hercules, and the Warlord. The Bushwhackers defeat Dalton and Duffy when Butch pinned Duffy with a battering ram. Jake the Snake defeated Brian Costello in 127 with the DDT. Oakland does the Royal Rumble report. When asked by McMahon who might win the Rumble, if not Flair, he even suggests the Texas Tornado. And we then see Kerry defeat Jerry Sags, bloody hell, in 4-5 with a Tornado Punch. Kerry tries to fight back the Nasty Boys, but they beat him down. Martel defeats the Valentine in 7:36 with a Boston Crab. Monsoon predicts the Natural Disasters have the power and guidance to win the tag team titles. But then, in a terrible match, the Legion of Doom defeated Brawler and Donahue when Animal pinned the Brooklyn Brawler with a Doomsday device. We see a replay of Flair and Perfect's appearance on the Funeral Parlour. And then, in a bout which had decent reaction from the crowd but subpar wrestling, Tito defeated Mustafa in 6:22 with a flying forearm smash. Tatanka vignette. Alright, that's fine. I don't really need Kato. Bret Hart defeated Kato in 5:16 with a sharpshooter. Kato suffered a medium concussion. Final Royal Rumble predictions as Heenan picks Flair, Monsoon picks Hogan, and Perfect stands up for Flair. Injury review, 65 days unavailable, that's fine. Financial report, made a K. Cool, grand. I know this is... No, fine. I was going to say, I know this is ending, but do we go into the bathroom? It's fine, we're all good. I'll just end the stream. I thought, yeah, I'll go now, maybe book something else, but that's always the time I was going to finish it. Haven't we all learnt a lot today? Yes, we have. The mouse over his eye. How is everything? Klondike Kate is dating Dave Finlay. Oh. King Kalua won the NWA World Heavyweight title at ECW. Fox King Kalua. What am I looking at? Where's Alliances? There it is. View Alliance titles. So look, no one had it. And that's kind of understandable. But King Kalua did not need to win the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. I'm gonna build him up to put him on a lot of shows. This is where, like, he defeated... Like, look at that. And then King Kalua. I'm obviously going to push him a lot. I'll just give him a bunch of matches to win. He beat a DC Drake, look. Neither is the answer. I could have dealt with Mr. Sandman winning it. I could have dealt with Tony Stetson, even Jimmy Giannetti winning it. That's alright, we can run with this. Nothing against King Kalua. A lot against King Kalua. What's going on with the Dynamite Kid? Anyway, on that sour note, thank you all for watching. It means the world. I appreciate the shit out of all of you. Stay safe, have a Guinness on me, up the ticks, have fun.